Hello, hello, hello everybody, can you hear me? How are we? We have no music today, so we are just going to have to deal with that. Speakers and headphones have been on the fritz and or lost, so unfortunately we can't add the second desktop audio through here, but c'est la vie. We used to do it without music, we can do it without music today. So let me know if my mic is working, if you guys can hear me. Awesome. Sweet, let's get into it. Whoops. There was meant to be an intro in there. It decided to turn itself off. There we go. Okay. So, we are doing Scalda's artwork again. Now, the last time you guys would have seen this artwork here, it wasn't in the state that it is now. Like, you guys saw the flats going in. I've added some detail since then before I had to leave to go and do some work on the weekend. So this is what it currently looks like. We've added in some fiery detail, some lighting on the crystals, a little bit of extra shading in the rocks. So we'll and some in the flag, and a little bit of heat in the top of like Scalda's head area. Yes, we are kind of we've kind of detailed some of the hands in here, added a little bit of shine and like glow to them, done a little bit of the eyes. So we're just gonna add some more detail in and just keep going the way that we were going beforehand. So what are we looking at? We're going to be at present adding in some detail on this flag. So let's rotate in so we can work on it just a little bit easier. So I'm gonna kind of try and color this in. Now I haven't warmed up yet. I just thought, wouldn't it be nice if I could give some people a little bit of a stream today, and kind of while I was finishing this work, since I kind of found the time in my work schedule to be able to do this not on a weekend. I thought it'd be a good opportunity to just kind of give you guys a little bit of an extra kind of stream thing, I suppose. Oops, that was probably not the best idea. Okay, we need another one of these, and it needs to go under here somewhere. There we go, on the layers. Now we should be able to, oops, too far. Needs to be behind these layers though. Where is the main layer of this? We must know. I don't think it's, I think it is actually this multiply layer. So yeah, we're gonna have to kind of deal with that. Hello, boxheads. I'm not sure how many people at this time will actually be joining the stream, but you know, hopefully it's not too bad. Let's take some of this off. All right. So I'm gonna add a little bit of detailing in here, just to give this a little bit interest, if you know what I mean. We might change around the colors or something like that. There's nothing too difficult going on at the moment. We're at normal. We probably should go to a multiply just so it looks and feels the part, like so. Yeah, because then it'll blend with all the other colors. Yay! Color modes. So much fun. So, just adding a bit of wood grain in here. Nothing too... Hey Naz, how you going? Thank you for joining the rando stream that we just had. That I just decided to do in the middle of the week. Well, at the start of the week for me, but I thought it was Sunday for most other people. So, except for the Aussies and anyone, you know, in the southern hemisphere on this side of the world. So I thought, oh well, we might as well do a little bit of a stream and see if anyone wants to back watch it, or you know, is hanging around on a Sunday night not doing anything. So yeah, I thought it'd be great to just kind of, while I was working on this artwork, do that. So as you can see, we've just added just that little bit of extra detail going down this flagpole. So that should be it. Now we're probably going to have to start adding some detail into, you know, the flag and the armor, because as you can see up here, Scalda's armor is has got a fair bit of detail in it. So we'll work on that. I also want to set the end of this flag on fire, just for funsies, because because why not? Because why not? Everyone needs a flag on fire, right? We need more heat, more heat. So I've been using this for a bit of glow, but we're probably going to have to add some of this orange first, actually. I should say some of this orange. Here we go, on this layer. There we go. All the way down here. So let's fatten up the brush pen. And actually, we can't have it on that layer. It needs to be above our armor layer, which is up here. So let's make a new one and start. Or is it on the background layer? Okay, so all the way up the top here. So starting to add some rim lights up here, and you know, just, it's on fire. Everything's on fire. Because why not? I don't know. I think so. I was gonna I was gonna play let's see if we should play a stream game, I suppose. Like, I don't know. Let's do some blobby fire up here. Blobby fire. I love blobby fire. Like, I think a lot of people have like preferences for the way they like fire to look. And I think I said this last stream. I adore blobby fire. It makes me happy. Actually, we'll just in here. Blobby fire. I don't know. Sound effects with Boxel. That's the name of today's stream. So yeah, awesome, Naz. Thank you for joining and thank you for watching. You can listen to me ramble. Apparently, that's not a deterrent for most people. I thought it would be, because I tend to ramble on about nothing all the time. Check in whenever you feel like it. I'm sure it'll be making progress slowly as we go along. But I was thinking about playing, you know, like stream games or something. You know, like 20 questions. How many people here have like played 20 questions? I love doing this with like other nerdly people, because you can, you know, do like superhero 20 questions or comic book or book 20 questions, and people will not look at you like you're insane. Or like they don't know what you're talking about at all. So yeah, I don't know. Okay, so I think what we'll do now then is make a new glow layer, like we've done in here for the hands and the other bits of fire, just so that we can add a little bit of depth and dimension. Hey, hey Frieden, how are you going? I finally did a stream at a time you could catch because you were home from university, huh? Yeah. Have you guys ever played 20 questions? Like, nah, seriously, 20 questions. You know what I mean? 20 questions. I don't know if anyone else has ever played it. Like, I mean, it's a common like car game. I find, like, you play it in the car, like kind of like I Spy, except not I Spy.
I want to explain what 20 questions is.
Yeah, well, like
the rules of the game.
The rules of 20 questions, right, is that you pick a like a person or a character of a book or comic or superhero or something like that, and other people have to ask you yes or no questions, and try and guess who it is based on that. And so generally like
Guess Who.
Yeah, kind of like Guess Who, if you've ever played that. So, you know, like, are they a boy or a girl? You know, is it fictional or real? Are they fictional or real? Or, you know, like, is it an animal? kind of thing. And then if you say yes, no, and then people kind of narrow it down. But usually the aim of it is to guess it in 20 questions. You don't have to, but that's the original premise of the game. Like, it's like a car game that I always kind of used to play. And I thought it'd be fun if we kind of could play it on stream together at some point. You know, especially now since like my music and stuff is kind of on the fritz. So what I'm doing here is I'm just blending out some of this fire. Guess who's a board game? Freedom, like, yeah, it's a board game where you have to guess which one of the people on the board the other player is. So it's kind of like that, except you just don't have a board and you just kind of have to guess. Yeah. It's like a car, like a game you play in the car on a long trip. If that makes any sense at all. Like,
to save the kids from boredom.
Well, to save the kids from boredom before they had iPads or anything like that. Like, I think I'm showing my age at the moment of this is what I grew up doing in the car. I don't think other people grow up doing this in their car anymore, because, you know, we didn't have like DVD players in the back of the car or iPads or phones or like even audio. Well, we had audio books, like you could have books on tape and whatever. Yeah, you just listen to music. But like, I don't know, in Australia, when you go on a trip somewhere and you're driving, normally you're driving like more than 3 hours to get wherever you're going. Like, I remember driving 12 hours in the car to get where I was going. So like listening to the same CD in the CD player or the same tape in the tape player,
that gets old fast.
It gets old fast, yeah. Like you never want to do that. Like my parents once, when I was driving across the Nullarbor, which is going from
the Great Australian Fuck All. Yeah.
Dude, family friendly stream.
Oh,
don't
sorry.
swear.
I'm sorry. The Great Australian FA.
So basically, yeah, you would go from one side of Australia to the other side of Australia, and there's absolutely like, yeah, but Naz, I'm saying that like a 10-hour playlist didn't exist. Do you know what I mean? Like, that wasn't a thing back when I was a kid. Like, this is when I was a kid, before anyone had an actual phone. Like, a mobile phone didn't exist.
Before they had iPods.
Yeah, iPods didn't exist. Mobile phones, like smartphones, didn't exist.
Cassette tapes or CDs.
Yeah, you had cassette tapes and CDs came in the 90s, which means it wasn't a thing yet.
Yeah,
so we had
tapes with like, I don't know, 10, 12 songs max.
Yeah. So yeah, unless you had an entire case of tapes, you were a little bit boned. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Unseen, how you going? So like, that's what I mean. Like, this was something before people had their own entertainment in a car, and you would usually have to sit with whoever you were with and kind of talk to them, or if you were listening to music, you had like a Sony tape player walk-on.
And the batteries didn't last long on those.
No, they didn't. You had to carry like 20 AA batteries or more with you to make a 12-hour trip happen. Oh, hello Rumso Chicken, how you doing? Thank you for joining my random stream. But yeah, like, you were so boned if you didn't have it back then. Like, man, like, yeah, you know, you would play 20 questions as a way of, you know, stopping boredom at the time. Like, if you really want to, like, you know, I know that kids today may have their own kind of entertainment, but back then we didn't. We had to put up with what we were doing on. It sounds like a nightmare. Yeah, it was. Why do you think most kids back then didn't like being in the car for that long? Especially not in Australia, because it takes forever to get anywhere here. Like, not even
and
joking.
aircon wasn't as good back then.
And yeah, aircon wasn't as good. It was just taking air from outside and blowing it in your face. So, you know, going places in Australian summer was a bit much.
Even there, the wind is hot.
Yeah. So, you know, this was my childhood, so we played 20 questions. Yeah. Oh, yes. My first car that I wanted when I was 15 didn't have a tape player or anything like it. Just had a big old-fashioned radio, because it was a 1964 Ford Cortina that I wanted. But then my dad sold it on me while I was in the middle of fixing it up, and I was so sad. I was like dejected for years to come after that. I'd never like, oh, I was so sad. Yeah, born in 95. The person who keeps chiming in my commentary, who is a Miss Catonic, she's sitting here with me. She was born in 94. So, like, I'm totally used to having to explain, you know, yeah. Kind of used to having to explain things that, you know, kids that, or people that were born, like, earlier, like, the shit that we, well, the stuff, sorry, that we had to deal with. So yeah, so we've made this kind of flag burn, which I think is really cool. So we're still working on a lot of stuff that we need to work on. Yeah, a lot of young people can't relate, Naz. Trust me, a lot of young people can't relate. So we're gonna add some glow to these rocks, just, you know, for funsies, I suppose. Not really for funsies, but so everything looks as glowy and as hot and about as messy as it should. So we're just kind of slowly... Windows not steering. Hey, how you doing, Lisa? Thank you for dropping in to the stream. I appreciate it. So yeah, we're just kind of starting to make the scenery, I suppose, look the way it kind of could, should, would. I'm not really liking what I've done so far, to be honest. I think I might take it back, and we might just add the glowness, do something like that, and then we gotta do it to everything. So also, if I randomly drop off and I stop randomly talking to chat, it's just because I'm trying to get something done on screen and I have to look at a different screen to where chat is to get the detail on the artwork right.
Hey, B?
Yo.
I leaned on what I was drawing.
Lol. I know everything. Of course I know it's you! Oh my god. Louisa, I know it's you. You follow me on Idiotic Nerd on your Twitter. I know which one is you. Like, you're like... Of course I know it's you! Guys! What? So, I'll just erase some of this. So... yeah, we're just gonna go through, add some glow where glow needs to be, like kind of down here and up here. Rim lighting from where stuff is like kind of hot and whatnot. So, and just where things are shining. So I would say that from behind here also there should be kind of like a big fat highlight here, and maybe another big rim light along this kind of rock here, and maybe with a couple of things like this. Oh yeah, my first the car that my dad sold my Ford Cortina for was actually a 1987 Honda. So I actually drove a Honda what was it, Accord hatchback was my first one, but I must say it was a beast because it had cruise control and like the Lamborghini headlights and electric windows and stuff. So it was like really weirdly 80s sports car like, which I thought was just the funniest and also coolest thing ever. So I still very much enjoyed that, me blasting my 80s hair metal everywhere when I was in high school. Kind of tended to prove that I was a bit of an 80s buff anyway. So that was super fun times, even though I couldn't have my classic car. I still managed to have some kind of era that I enjoyed in my car. And I miss that car, something chronic. I wish I still had it. Like, I really do. Do I pay for time? What do you mean, do I pay for time? Like, I'm not sure I understand the question. Like what? I was gonna say, is this like a commission related question? No, I don't. Considering if I did actually charge for time, like for me completing the artworks that I complete, there would be hundreds of dollars worth.
They would cost a lot more.
They would cost a lot more, basically, Louisa. I don't charge anything for my time when I do these. I do this for fun. If I was an artist that was charging what I was worth, I suppose, well, not even what I was worth. If I was charging what I consider to be something potentially reasonable, you'd be paying $35 an hour. And then plus overtime if it took me longer, or if you wanted me to make changes, you'd then pay a change fee, because that's how it works in the design world that I currently work in. So yeah, you mean like for one of my $15 avatars, you know, it'll take me 1 to 2 hours to knock you up one of those. You would be paying like $75, $80 just for that, you know, if I actually charged a living wage. Hey Crafty, how you going? Well, Frieden, I've been in the design industry for a fairly long time, and $35 an hour is under our minimum wage.
Very cheap.
It's very cheap. Normally someone would be paying someone with my level of experience anywhere between $50 to $95 an hour, just because of our design experience. So, you know, if I say $35 an hour is reasonable, trust me, it's reasonable, because you could end up paying a lot more. So, you know, there's that. There's a lot of things to kind of be in consideration. Yeah. If you get a good corporate design job, like it's worth it, but you need to be able to work really hard and stick to a lot of deadlines and all that kind of jazz.
It's a stressful job for something creative.
So it's a pretty stressful job. It takes up a lot of time. Sometimes you have to work weekends. So,
or 14-hour days. Yeah,
14 to 16-hour days. Like, that happens when you have a job that pays that much. Mine currently doesn't pay that much, but at the same time, I get to work from home, and I don't often have to go into the you know, like the office, like the home office or anything for, you know, 60-hour weeks, because that's what you're looking at working, you know.
It's not as glamorous as people think.
Yeah, being a designer isn't exactly as glamorous as people think. It's a whole lot of work. Like, I mean, I'm not exaggerating when I say it's a whole lot of work. It truly is, like, an exorbitant amount of work. Yep, pretty much. And if you're a good and award-winning designer, or have quite a lot of, you know, yeah. So you also have to, you know, keep in mind that it's Australian dollars I'm talking about, not anywhere else. So, yeah, thanks, Ez, for doing that. That's what I mean. Like, so, yeah, thank you, Ez, for giving everyone, like, a perspective conversion rate, so that they understand that, you know, this is Australian.
All our stuff sounds more expensive.
Of course it does. We're Australian.
It's like, we don't pay $60 for video games. We pay nearly $100.
Yep. So Scalda's got some interesting kind of white detail work on his armor. So we're gonna try and do a little bit of detailing for that at present. We're gonna there's a lot of painting in this artwork that I'm not quite used to doing. But we're gonna give it a go, so that we can make kind of like this interesting flamey gradient type deal up the top, you know, and give it a little bit of character at the same time. And yes, hi Declan, surprise stream.
Hello.
we are here doing some artwork for Scalda, because we finished some of our in-house work that we've got to do. So we did some booklets and things that we were paid to do IRL. So we did our first in-house print job and it was awesome. So Miss Catonic's here in the office with me and we're just having a bit of a chill stream after having eaten some lunch. And yes, $100 for a video game. Welcome to Australia. That is exactly what we pay for something you pay $60 for.
Well, that's for the base game, of course, because video games nowadays don't cost $60.
Yeah, base game. No DLC.
No DLC,
no collector's editions, no nothing. That's what it.
No season pass, no microtransactions.
Yeah, that's just what we pay for the base game.
Yep.
Australia is one of the most expensive countries to live in ever.
And that's the reason why we have such a high piracy rate, because we can't afford all that.
Well, there you go. Ta-da! Okay. I like the look of this. This looks pretty cool. Okay.
It does.
Bam, 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 bam. Yeah, Germans tend to censor their video games heavily. Australia is pretty notorious for it as well.
We're getting better though.
We're getting better, but Australia is pretty notorious for censoring video games.
I'm still sad that you can't buy genital jousting in Australia.
Dude.
Oh. Right.
Family stream, if not out, please. Like I've managed to swear twice the entire time I've been streaming. Oh dear.
I am terrible with that sort of stuff.
Yes. Yeah. It's kind of unfortunate how much we pay for video games. Like I wish we didn't pay as much as we do, but we do. So that's the reason why I don't tend to do too many other games other than Minecraft. Though, guys, I do have Skytropolis, and I want to know how interested you guys are in seeing that be played, because it's kind of like if anyone's a Judge Dredd fan, it's kind of like building mega cities in like Judge Dredd. Like they have those huge like mega tower things, and you basically build those, and there's I think a campaign mode and then like a sandbox mode and stuff. And I thought maybe you guys, since we're pretty much a Minecraft channel, you guys might end up liking that. So yeah. So I don't know if you guys want to see Skytropolis. And see if like that would be something cool that you like. I'm not sure if Twisties are an Aussie only thing, Deck. I'm pretty sure like most people, I don't know, haven't really heard of them as far as I know. But yeah, okay, cool. I'll kind of make sure that I just realized I did that backwards. Oh, the top one I did backwards. It's meant to be dark on the top and then light going towards the shoulder. Oh, damn. Okay, let's have a look. Alright. Let me see if I can extract this from, and then paste back in. And then let's move it down. I have City Skylines, Deck. I do actually have City Skylines. So like it's just I'm not very good at playing it. I suppose we could do like a
Could always try City Skylines by committee.
So what is that?
It's where people vote on what you do.
Oh, well, again, I'm not very good at the game is what I'm pointing out. Like I'm just not very good at playing the game. I mean, I know that there's like a creative mode where we could do some really cool creative cities in City Skylines, which I think would be pretty super fun. I don't mind. Like I do have City Skylines, and if you guys like, we'll do a poll. We'll do a straw poll. If you guys really do want to see some City Skylines and stuff like that, let's do a poll on it and vote whether or not you'd want to see Skytropolis first, or if you guys want to see City Skylines instead. I've also, yeah, I've just been thinking about that would be pretty kind of cool to kind of do something like Skytropolis or something, because Skytropolis is just easier and probably kind of like a bit more chill too. Creative cities, yeah. Well, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking let's do some kind of big theme build or something like that, and make it really cool and stuff like you know. I've got like the After Dark expansion and stuff for City Skylines. So when I've got like all the neon going. So
Megatron City.
Well, you know, they just said mega dystopian kind of city, which, you know, would be fun, you know, kind of 80s weird dystopian society kind of thing.
Cyberpunk.
It would be super awesome to do some cyberpunk. Yes, it would. Oops, glow. I think it's actually 19 that we're looking for. Where are we? Here we go, layer 18. There we go. Oh, you bought all of them. Most of the DLCs. Yeah, so I don't know, like, you know, I mostly want to keep Minecraft on the channel, but I think that having stuff related to Minecraft would be okay. What are we looking at? Where was I just working? Over here. Sounds bad, but what sounds bad? Okay. Alright, so we've done the white detailing on the armor. What else have we got to do? We've got to add some of the darker detailing. So let's pick this up. Did I end up picking like the darkest color for the armor? No, I didn't. Let's use this to detail with then. I'm trying not to curse. Honestly, I find it really hard to. You've heard me in like voice chat. I find it extremely difficult not to swear. But like most of my content, you know, I don't end up doing it when I like, and it's not really all that much of a conscious decision, or it wasn't at first, but now I figured like I've got a couple of, you know, I've got like some family friendly stuff going on, so I was just like, oh, I better stick to that. So, you know, that's my life now. I don't swear so much on other stuff. All right, so let's add some of these cool details in here. Look at that. Oh, guys. Alright. I think we need a multiply layer on this one as well, so that we can do... Actually, I think that should be the multiply layer. So let's make this the normal layer. Put this under here. Let's make this the multiply layer. Okay. So that'll get darker. And this will be the shade. Whoop, whoop. Okay. And then we can kind of get this... Oops, that was meant to be an eraser. Eraser! We can get some of these lines a bit straighter in here. I don't monetize! So I don't monetize, dude, like at all. Like these are, nothing on my channel is monetized. If you want to support me monetarily, you go over to Patreon. Because yeah, you guys don't watch ads like at all.
To be fair, they've found that what was it? Things that are tagged as not advertiser friendly are also suppressed and recommended. Yeah,
so I mean that's true, but I mean yeah, monetization has nothing to do with me.
Yeah. Just that it can affect channel growth, I believe, as well, which kind of sucks.
Like, as I don't think one thing of caps is really that much of a grounds for a warning. Just, letting you know. So, like, yeah, if one lot of caps is done, it's not like the end of the world. If we're kind of looking at someone just constantly spamming caps, then throw them a warning. Is probably a better way to go. It's not that big of a deal for like just to have one word in caps. At least I don't think so. We don't need to be that strict, I don't believe. And yeah, I love Skittles. I can't eat them. I'm diabetic. I used to eat Skittles all the time. I loved them so much. Unfortunately, I just can't eat them. It just is. It's not something that my body enjoys anymore. Oh well, it does. My mouth enjoys the Skittles. My body afterwards does not enjoy Skittles. So we've kind of got some of this armor detailing coming along. We need to do some of this darker stuff over the top of the legs, I think. So what are we looking at? Where's my stuff that I was just working on? I think I've completely lost all my layers. All right, cool.
I'm gonna take a break from colouring in, so I'm going out to the lounge room.
Okie dokie, have fun.
Bye. I'll take the plates.
Thank you. So let's see. As you can see, my daily office routine has not stopped as I've decided to stream. Yes, my mouth enjoys Skittles, my body does not. I think that's like the easiest way to explain, like, in its entirety. Like, my mouth enjoys Skittles, my body not so much. So yeah, I don't know. That's just the way I feel. I love Skittles. I wish I could eat them. I really do wish I could eat them. Okay, so we're blending in now this kind of top dark area into the armor. Just trying to get like a smooth kind of... I didn't want to use flat gradients because I feel that because he's wearing armor and because he's got lava, there's going to be some weird like kind of heat warping going on in it. So I think that like the way that the armor's shaded should reflect the fact that, you know, flames and stuff like will heat unevenly for the most part across places and things like that. So I thought we'd do it that way. And we also need to do this kind of joint in the armor up the top as well. So this kind of one where we kind of put it up here and then try not to get it on the helmet beside it. Yeah, they are really sweet. It's amazing and I love them, but they are super duper sweet. So yeah, I don't know, I miss them desperately, but I can't eat them, so I just kind of try and cut my losses. I'm like, I'll have something else. I'll try anyway. Now let's erase any dark parts from in here. Okay, so we have some more detailed armor. What have we got on the bottom? We need to do under the knees as well. So let's select back up again, go to the pen, and do under the knees. Under the knees, under the knees. So this is going to be super fun. Boonk. Alright. Health over pleasure. Oh no, well, you know, I take pleasure in foods like roast pork. So, I mean, that I can at least have those. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I just choose different pleasure foods, like ones that are high in protein, i.e. pork. Pork is amazing. It's like one of my favorite things to eat ever. Although half my family kind of can't eat them. Why did I just do that? I did a thing. I was meant to be blending, but I decided to use a pencil instead. There we go. I broke a rule. What did I rule? What? No, I just told her that if it's one If it's one line in caps, as long as no one's spamming caps, she didn't have to tell people. Like, she didn't have to throw people a warning for that. Like, so... like, you know, we don't have 50 million people in chat, you know. We're just hanging out. It's all good. It's all good. So, let's erase some of the tops of this. There we go. Okay, so we're starting to get there, I think, with this armor. Now I'm wondering, is the 19 the white? We might tone the white down just a little. My 19 copy, we'll tone that down just a little too. There we go, that's a little bit better. Okay, so I'll save this so I don't lose it. Frieden, as I said, like, after you... I already adjusted the rule. Let's drop it, alright? Like, I already told her that you saying one word in caps, you don't need to have a warning again. Like, that's it. Like, drop it. You won't be jumped on again. Like, that's why I said I've already asked her not to do it just if you're doing it once. Okay? You're all good. You're all good. Just, it's fine. No one's gonna jump on you again. Alright? So let's move on from topic. Let's move on from topic. So let's see. I think what other things do we need to put into the armor at this present time? Maybe just some shadowing. I think we need to add some detailing to the helmet. But after that, I think what we can do is we can move on and start some shading. So, yeah, that'll be pretty good. So let's select the armor again, but we only want the headpiece. So we're going to add some dark stuff to it. So let's go in here for the close-up. And I believe there's like a shoulder, a dark shoulder kind of deal that we're doing as well. So back here and around this side needs to have some burnishing, maybe some of this side of the tooth, and maybe just because on this side to give it some dimension, and then maybe a little bit of burnishing under the eyebrows just to add some more detail. So let's blend. I think that's a bit too big, but yeah, we'll give this a bit of a blend in here just to kind of make it look, I don't know, a bit more lived in. Lived in. We want the helmet to be lived in. Da 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 da. So here we go. Which ringtone for school? What ringtone do you have? Did I miss something? Did I do a thing or make a reference that I didn't realize I made? So let's get some blurriness under here. Okay, cool. Alright, we don't need this stuff to be really standing out. We just want to add a little bit of heat warping and stuff to the details. So I need layer 13 because I'm not really liking this cutting in here so much. Okay, so let's blend that just an itty bitty back out. There we go. That's a bit better. The one in the background. Though there's no music in the background. That's actually my daughter's phone going off in the other room. She's at school, but I can't exactly get up and turn it off right now because I'm sitting here drawing with you guys, so it's just annoyingly in the background. So welcome to my life of constantly having 3 million phones go off. Actually, that kind of does need to just come out of there, and then we can blend it back in here. There Yeah, it is. It is. I'm surprised you can actually hear it. It's so far away. So. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm surprised that she could hear it. Okay. So let's go back out. So what else is on the helmet? There's a little bit of highlight as well. So let's use this color. Oops, blending tool, dot pen tool. There's like a kind of like a highlight in the middle of his helmet, like this. So I'm thinking that we'll just kind of blend it back. Yeah, I don't know, blend it back. Let's see if we can blend that out just a little bit more. That looks a bit better. Just to kind of, I don't know, give a little bit of a shape to this. I don't usually paint so much, I don't think. Like, it's not really my thing, but I'm trying a new thing and hoping it works, but I'm not sure if it will or not. So let's just kind of give this a bit of a fuzz blend out, so it's like kind of, you know, in the middle of the helmet. It looks dirty and scuffed up, which is what I'm hoping it'll do. Thank you, Ez. So I'm just kind of, you know, I wanna blend out. I wanna make it look pretty rough and tumble. I mean, it is armor, and I think that that's the main point, is that I didn't want to use smooth gradients because it's, you know, it looks, if you look at it, what it looks like, it doesn't really seem clean. For the most part, it seems kind of worn, or at least that's the image I get. Where's his monocle? He doesn't have one. This one doesn't have one. So we're actually looking pretty good here. I was thinking I wanted to add maybe a pattern to the flag in the background. So we'll see what comes of that, if it looks any good. Let's hit multiply so we can get a pattern on it. Let's pick like a red color, something like this. Let's have a look, see what kind of patterns do we have in my little set of things. Like hatching, I think might be really cool. So like there's like this like diagonal line kind of thing that's like a bit of a hatching. So if I zoom in, let's have a look at what this, I'm not sure. No, I don't like it. Let's not do that again, because I mean, it's designed to give you multiple diagonal lines. I think that needs to actually go above that. I don't know. Let's try. So actually what I might do is I might make this brush really big. And then we could do a kind of weird kind of checkered pattern in the background. It seems a bit chaotic, but let's have a look and see what that looks like. Actually gives it a fair amount of depth. So yeah, let's make it a bit chaotic. I think that'll do. Like, that looks nice. I mean, it's just really super like stupidly simple, but you know, it looks like a steak. It's a steak flag. So, but I think it's a decent pattern for it at the very least. So it looks like we are actually onto some shading, and then we'll need to do some solid rim lighting rather than just like this glowy stuff. So let's go and grab, like, it'll need to be a warm kind of color, so I'm thinking that it might actually be best if we do maybe like a desaturated pink desaturated pink kind of highlight. So let's select these rocks and have a look at what it looks like. So, and I know we've already got some shading on the rocks, but at the same time, yeah, we're gonna have to keep it kind of warm as well. So when we do extra shadow, just to deepen it, we can go along this bottom part where we couldn't really add too many like drastic gray rock changes, like because of just the way things are. What we can do is we can actually come along here with this shading shade instead and kind of bring it in. 3:10 in the morning. Oh my god, you're up late. It's like what, 10 past 12 where I am. So yeah, not too late for me. But yeah, this separation in the background here will allow you to see that there's light being cast, but also that, you know, these things are in the background and there are certain things in the foreground as well. So we want to use the shading here to our advantage, the colored shading to our advantage. So we're probably going to want to just not have it around this part, and maybe these little parts can have some of it be in there, you know, and we have this close to the surface like that. And so now he's starting to I don't know what I expected. I still stay up until stupid o'clock, so I don't know what I expected, because I mean I still do that crap like a lot. So but like this helps us define using a color what's in shadow and what's not, which means this background part looks more like a background. So layers of shadow tend to help quite a bit in terms of, like, you know, showing you what's behind somewhere. Like I think this entire rock back here should be in shadow rather than not being in shadow, and this one in here shouldn't at all really, except this kind of line be in shadow. Actually I think I might make all of that in the background and then color that in so that the crystals will have the same effect. Okay, so now when we look at it, there's way more depth. Hey. So I'm digging that. So we've got that part done. Let's move on to kind of like his shorts or something, if we can. I think that's down here. Yep, his shorts and his straps. So we're going to want to make sure that we can get what's in the background. Like we've got this kind of facing away from us, so we're going to want this here like that. We're going to want this part here. We're probably not going to want too much of this main strap in shadow, but we're definitely going to want some here and some here along there. Again, we want some here and some behind, and some here and some behind. And then for the arm, I reckon we're going to have some on one side for the shadow there. Then we need armor. Okay, so select the armor. Now we highlight armor. So we know that this part back here needs it. We know that some of these parts probably in the back here, they need that too. Underneath here and besides this helmet, you know, and this part in the front's not gonna have it. There we go. They're probably gonna have to do it. Oh no, like I haven't even got my Christmas stuff up. Like you know. So don't you feel bad about not having your Christmas stuff up already. Like we don't have a big tree or anything like that either. So, you know, it happens that way. Some families do Christmas like really big and other families don't, I find. And some people just, I know people who don't celebrate Christmas at all, and so they never decorate. I'm excited for Christmas, but yeah, there's stuff. I actually want to add more dramatic shadow here, I think. I really want to kind of add a bit of drama, I think. So, kind of back here, we'll do a cut armor, like a shadow like that, because it comes all the way over to his shoulder, I think. So let's do this, and then maybe add a few other shadows in here, and then take them away. So let's get a smaller brush. Whoops. We need the eraser, which already has a smaller brush. Like that. And then we'll do this, cut some light lines into it. And do the same here, so cut some light lines into this part of the armor. I think it's really cool to kind of like cut different shapes out of some of your shaded light bits, just to show that, you know, there's kind of like a funky anomaly going on. Just because we can. Just because we can. Alright, and I'll do it here too. We'll need to take out a couple of these. Bam, 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 because there's all light coming from all different directions on the armor and stuff. Not so much under the clothes. I think we need also to go under the armor a bit. So not so much under here or anything, but yeah, cool and groovy. How much is that in Australian? Someone do a conversion for me. Okay, we don't. Do we want a pencil? I don't think so. We probably, or did I not pick the right layer? No, I didn't pick the right layer. Okay, here we go. Alright, down here is probably mostly going to be in shadow. We want some of this side down here, because most of the light is coming from the other way. Same as kind of here, we may only want just a tiny little shadow on this front piece of armor, and maybe at the joint, so that, yes, it looks like it's more 3D, and it's true, it does look more 3D when you add it in, but just so it's not really, so it's not too excessive, I don't think. Line these cake line these cake tins. Oh, I would love to line a cake tin. I would love to eat a cake. Ez, I want a cake. You've made me want cake. Wow, if that much is minimum wage for you, darling, honestly, you're doing better than some Aussies. So I wouldn't complain. Because I used to get paid about like $1,500 a month, and my rent was like, you know, most of that. So like back in the day, that's what I lived on. So, you know, yeah, like there are a lot of people who aren't in a great economic position, like just not really in a great position in general. Bam. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, so what we've got going now is some extra shading and stuff. Oh, wow, we're starting to look a little bit better. What do you guys think? We're getting there. We're getting there. Alright, let's add a bit more shading to the this kind of crystal-y things, I guess. So we'll do a little bit more to this back side, I suppose. Just add a little bit more dimension to them. Same with this side here. Away from the light source again. Just away from the light source. Add some down the bottom. Where is the flag? Flag. Okay. Let's add some to that too. So this is all in the background. So let's make that happen. This bottom part is also all in the background. And some underneath here. Okay. And up here. Like that. Alright. Man, definitely looking cooler. Definitely looking cooler. Now, we'll see if we can add a little bit of it into these flames. I'm not sure how it's going to look. Like, as I said, it could just look gross. And I might not want to use it or not. I think we might actually need to use a separate layer. And I would probably, let's see if we can do it with a bit of, like, there's more of a glow, I find, and if we tune it down just a little bit, and let's see how this ends up looking. Now, do I want to keep it or not? No, I think it's too bright, so I'm not gonna keep it, but I may add a gradient to this part down the bottom. Okay, let's see if a gradient works. I kind of want like a red on top, like a orangey kind of red that's like rimming the top of that. So let's see if we can, like, I kind of wanted like a red bit like on top of here, kind of, so you know where the flame is kind of colder, I suppose. Yay, all the stuff artists have to think about. Yay, and I don't like it at all. Let's see actually if some back blending of this part in gradation will make it feel a little bit better to me. I think just maybe some blending is needed just to give it a little bit more variation. So we take some parts out and we leave some parts in. That's a little bit better. I think I like that a bit more. And even if I kind of, no, I don't like that either. Let's not blend that at all. Let's just leave it the way it is. Okay, so if that's the case, we're going to need a little bit of it down this way too. So down here, boom, 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 boom. Some out here, some out here, and then we'll blend it again. Boom, 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 boom. I think in this case, sometimes the less you think about it, the better it turns out. So I'm just going to kind of run my blending brush over it and pray. There we go. That's given it a bit more fiery dimension, kind of like our reference pictures up there. So, I think we're doing pretty well, actually, to be honest. We do need to do some rim highlights and other things, and I do think I need to, what's down here? I do think I need to kind of put this up here and maybe add a little bit of red to these areas. Oops. Up above this one. What did I just do? I did a thing. So it'd need to be up here. There we go. I turned something off and I was moving it. That's what happened. That's what happened. That's why it was doing a weird thing. Okay. What's this word in English? Teppich. I don't even know what that word is. What is that word? Like, someone else tell me. I'm gonna kind of go in here with this kind of color. Let's blend it back and kind of, yeah. Oh, that's making it look a lot nicer. Okay. Giving it a bit more depth, I guess. Where it's hitting and cooling down. Kind of like, yeah. Woo, lava dude. And then I'm gonna come here and kind of blend it down into the rock. A little bit. Actually, because the rest isn't blended, that doesn't look as good as I'd like. Okay. There we go. Oh, okay. Cool. Because I can't tell you. I don't speak German. My dad was the one that spoke fluent German. Like, I know how to ask people if they're a spoon and tell them that I'm a spoon. Like, du bist ein Löffel. Ich bin ein Löffel. Ja, wunderbar. Like, that's like, and like, wie geht's, Fräulein? Like, that's about as much German as I know. And while it's grammatically correct, it's pretty stupid. A spoon. I don't know. I remember like people say some stupid stuff in Japanese too. Like one dude I knew who learned Japanese, the only thing that he could remember was how to say, you know, he eats the shower, or he ate the shower, or he's going to eat the shower. Is like, shower or tabemasu. I'm going to, like, I'm going to eat the shower. Like, you know, like, that's what he remembered. German is not my first language. My dad used to deal in Czechoslovakia, so, like, before it became Slovakia and the Czech Republic. So, like, he had to know German to go over there. And stuff. But, yeah, just... I'm not good at, like, European languages. I sound really weird when I speak them, or at least I think I do. It's just because I've been speaking Japanese for so long in my life that I feel like I sound like an Asian tourist every time I try. You know what I mean? So I was just like, yeah, well, that's all I know how to say. Are you a spoon? I am a spoon. Yes. Wonderful. Ta-da! And, you know, how are you? Like, you know, I can introduce myself, but not as myself. I'm like, Guten Tag, my Name is Hans. It's like, my Name is Hans. Like, I can't speak German. I wish I could, but I can't. I'm not very good at it. Although I do really want to go to Germany just so I can eat the pastries. I'm pretty sure my accent is horrible. Like, that would be absolutely horrendous. Let's go in and let's detail this this helmet a little bit better. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm butchering all the language at the moment. Like every European person wants to shoot me. So let's add a little bit of shading in here, a little bit of detailing. I know that I want this part to be in shadow, just over here. Well, at least I'm entertaining. at least my awful attempts at German have people entertained. Like, that's the main part. Like, I'm glad. at least I'm funny. At least I'm funny. There we go. Like, I'm sorry, I'm butchering your language and everything you hold dear. Oh dear. But I suppose that would be like, you know, every time I try to speak Spanish, all I say is, I'm sorry, I don't speak English. And people usually look at me really, really funny. Because why not? Because why not? Alright. It's funny if I understand it. I suppose, like, you know, like, I don't know, yeah. I like learning languages, but, like, yeah, I'm not good at the ones people most commonly learn. And I say that because most people don't go out of their way to, you know, learn Korean. And most people don't go out of their way, who are like English speakers, don't go out of their way to learn Korean. Unless they have, you know, a reason to. And then, like, I mean, most Japanese people ask me why the hell I speak Japanese. And I was just like, well, I grew up on an island and I learned it. So there, we had to learn it. It was part of our, it was like part of the thing, the reason. Like, we had to learn Japanese. It was compulsory. So, and then I just kind of kept up with it. So, you know. My name is Hans. So, yeah, K-pop, but, you know, not everyone's a fan of K-pop. I know a lot of people who are into K-pop will learn Korean for that reason. But, you know, anyone outside of the K-pop fandom won't. And I'm not actually in the K-pop fandom. I learn Korean for other reasons. Like, I'm one of the few people who just don't listen to K-pop. Like, who learned Korean. So, like, I learned Korean not because of K-pop. So, you know. 1/3 of your school. Yikes. That must be fun. Korean, like, K-pop fans are, like, Western K-pop fans can be really scary sometimes. I tend to keep a wide berth. Just because, like, they know everything about it, and if you're, like, wrong or you don't like the band they like, they kind of get angry. Or at least I've found they have, at least at me. I'm like, oh, okay. Whoops. Okay. Sure. I'm sorry. Like, yeah, so I tend to be like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend your K-pop sensibilities. I learned because I like Korean food. I don't even know how to say that name. Hello, Llama, how are you going? Thank you for coming to my stream, my really unscheduled surprise stream where we're finishing off this artwork. So we're starting to get there. We're getting there. We're just adding shading at the moment. Or at least some shading. Trying to get a little bit of this in here and still do what we're doing. I know we've added some on here, but we can add a little bit more. Like that. So, yeah, it's kind of been like a nice loose job. We still got to do some highlighting and stuff. You knew a group of fans and they were the scariest group of people you've met. Honestly, some of them really do scare me. Like, I mean, I love Korean music, don't get me wrong, it's great. But, like, oh, some people are terrifying. Some people are really terrifying. And you see them everywhere, because I watch, like, I said I learned Korean for a reason. It was because I liked Korean food, because I watch a lot of Korean food YouTubers, so like I want to be able to understand their recipes because I like eating Korean food. So, but a lot of like K-pop fans are in their comment sections. It is scary, the comment wars they get into. I'm just like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go stand over here now. Like with a, is that like one of the like. CH is a weird thing to say in German, because I never know if you're meant to actually say ch, or if you're meant to say sh, or if you're meant to at the end of it, because, like, I'm not used to making any of those sounds. Like, I have a couple of friends who are actually fluent in German, but I just never picked it up. I've never picked it up. What? Well, yeah, I'm genuinely asking the question. I'm not making fun of anyone. The last thing I did, the thing. C-H, phlegm. Okay, like, oh my god. Because, like, we don't make those noises here. Like, that's not a thing. I don't know when I'm meant to make the noises when I speak it. Oh, dear. So, you know, I'm just like, how do I speak this language? I don't know. It's just like I couldn't speak French if you wanted me to speak French. I'm just like, you know, it's not something I comprehend. You asked me to start writing, you know, kanji or you know, hunger or hanza, and I'll be fine. You know? But, you know, if none of that, then I'm confused. So, okay. What do we got left? We've got some highlighting left to do. So, we need probably not a glow layer, just a regular highlight layer. So, let's go up and grab this yellow highlight and let's add some of them in. So, we'll come in. Am I on the right? Yep, I'm on the right thing. Okay. So let's come in here and add some shinies. Has anyone seen Moana? You thought English was weird? I think everyone thinks a language that's not their native language is weird. Just saying. I think that's a thing. Moana, yeah, so I was just, yeah, the shiny song, I love that thing. It's so shiny. It's like one of my favorite things ever. So, random interjection with Disney, like Disney songs and stuff. So, so I think we should have some of these be highlighted. And these definitely need to be along here. Okay, so we're actually on the home stretch of this, guys. I am surprised and happy. Moana was censored. How is Moana censored? What was offensive about Moana? Like, that's what I want to know. Like, what actually was the reason that was censored at all? That sounds weird. I mean, you know, I don't know. That might just be me thinking that, but his bare chest. Really? It's a Polynesian culture, though. Like, whoa. Okay. That's fair enough. Okay. That's interesting. I don't like these bits. I want to do them again. Do them again, Jeeves. With a smaller brush. Dunk. Dunk. Okay. I was gonna say, how does YouTube work over there? Like, does YouTube get censored over there? Or is that one of the few things that doesn't? Because I know access to content in China is often censored as well. But it just depends on, you know, what you're watching. So, yeah. We're just kind of gonna go around and add some of these highlighted areas in. Yeah, I'll be the first person to admit that I don't know German politics. So, you got me there. So, we'll go around. We'll add some of these. Kind of these little bits in here need to glow just a little bit. Along here, kind of, because there's, you know, flames and stuff. Probably gonna have to give this like a layer effect, like overlay, or no, I don't like overlay, maybe a soft light. So let's have a look. No, I don't like that either. So let's go back to normal. I've also got to erase this big giant chunk of shading as well. Okay, so let's go back to adding a little bit of highlight here, kind of maybe along here. Just throw some of these in like this, because there is, you know, light happening around there. Up here, maybe, you know, along this side of his kind of chest piece. Down here, definitely. Along the top of this, you can definitely expect that this is going to be hitting light. Same with this piece here. So we're just going to add this kind of rim lighting effect where it kind of covers most of the black for that area, just, or at least only peeks it through, so you can see the light, like where it's hitting and stuff and all that jazz, stuff like that. Oh, Moomoo's lurking in the background. Is she? She hasn't spoken. Moo, why? Speak to me, Moo. Okay, so I'm not sure I'm into this thing here. We'll just kind of come down here and then maybe clean it up a bit. Yep. So we'll definitely come through, we'll clean this up because, you know, it needs to be cleaned up a bit better. Alright, and then we'll come around here and definitely do the entire kind of armor piece for this one. So we'll need to just ding that. Okay. Give that a couple of shinies. Oh, she can't type. So there we go. All right. Alright, let's do some more on the crystals. So this definitely needs to have a bit of a shiny ching ching going on. Like that. And we'll do it up here. Like that. We'll do this one. Add all the shinies. Ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum. Shinies. Okay, some more shinies. Okay, cool. I was gonna say, in Australia you don't have to pay up front, but it doesn't mean it's free. We have to pay it back on tax. So even if we don't have to pay fees, we still do have to buy all the books and stuff as well. You know. There's that. So, even if we get a scholarship, it's never the full tuition fee. Our scholarships only cover like $1,000. Oh, I hope I haven't crashed. Oh, no, don't crash. Oh, no. Oh, no. Save. My precious. Thank God. Thank God. Okay. That would have been a tragedy. Alright, let's do some of these rocks. And then add all the different bits in the shininess that we need to kind of maybe make this a bit bigger for this rock. So this one probably actually needs to come over and connect. And then we need to just erase that a bit. Cool. Oh, not again, phew. Yeah. So that almost kind of yeah, was a tad disastrous. If like we just avoided disaster, guys. Like, you have no idea how close we came to literally being back at the beginning of or halfway through this session. So I was just like, oh no, that's not what we wanted. All right, so we should also add a couple of highlights on the bottom here, and definitely this part come down here. All right. So along here would be good too. Kind of just hanging around these bits, I suppose. Okay, let's pull back and have a bit of a look-see. We're doing all right. We just need we need to make a copy of this so we can add some lighting effects. All right. So let's group this up. What are we doing? Create folder and insert layer. Sweet. Okay, we want a new one of these. I'm going to turn this one off and we're going to combine the selected layers. We're going to make a lighting layer on top of this one. And I think what I want is kind of an orangey color, because we're going to kind of make these a little bit more cohesive in terms of like colors and stuff. So I'm going to use some gradients with some kind of, I think what I might do is I might do an orange down the bottom, and I might go for a bit of a hotter yellow at the top. And then we're going to kind of go through some of our lighting arrangements to see. That's a bit better. To get like a more what did I go to college for? Which one? I went for interactive entertainment, which is games design and development and animation. So I did that one first, then I did astrophysics. Then after that I did a degree in Asian languages, in majoring in Japanese, minoring in Mandarin, Indonesian and Korean. And now I'm at university again doing systems information technology. So yeah, and I've also done minor diplomas in design, multimedia and filmmaking. So yeah, I haven't left university since I was, 17, and I'm like 31 now. So I've done a lot. I've done a lot in university. I kind of like it. So what if we color burn this? That might actually do a better job of what we're looking at. And then I might select that again and do another one in this kind of odd peach color to see if we can add just a little bit more dimension, so everything's not as orange. No, I don't like that either. So you're seeing my regular process of do something till it works, kind of, you know, and fiddle around with it until it kind of looks all right. Being in school can be like, it can really get you down. Sometimes it can be really good. Do I want his armor to be a cooler color? No, probably around here. A bit deeper. Yeah. So if we do that, that makes it stand out a bit more. This, I think we could actually change the hue slightly on to get something we're a bit more fond of, rather than that kind of flat, weird khaki color. Might bring down the brightness a bit. Okay, so let's have a look. We kind of might want to drag the saturation down. No, I kind of like it higher. Alright, so this is kind of what I do at the end of the piece and stuff. Hey, if I like your channel, I'll subscribe to it. That's just the way I kind of do things. But thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Like the way that I tend to do things is that if I like something, I subscribe. So we may actually be able to. Oh, I had that up way too high. Okay, so we'll take this one. What if we put it on soft light? Might be a bit better to kind of boom. Alright, so this is what we have for like kind of like what we've got going on. I'm not sure if I actually want that to be on color burn. Maybe we'll throw it back on multiply. And yeah, no, it needs to be on a burn of some kind. Alright, linear, nope, and we go back down to here. Oh, I think it did need to be on a color burn. Alright, so let's have a look. I think that is looking good, and what we might do is we might grab the layer that we've currently got, like all of our really intense glowy stuff going on with, and we might throw it up the top. So we'll duplicate it out of our folder, and then we'll throw it on top to see if we can get some of these lighting effects like really going. There, that's looking a bit better. Boom. So we're definitely getting the glowness going now. So yeah, bam. All right, so this is what it looks like, and that'll be transparent for the background, so that can be used. But we also need to actually do a background for this dude, which I wanted to put in like a kind of like deep, cool kind of cool colors, very cool colors, not really anything super duper pigmented or whatever, or like we want a deep muted colors, but we also don't want them to be warm colors. We want them to be nice and cool so he stands out from the background. So what are we doing? Oh, we got a pencil. That's not what we want to do. So pen. Let's make this pen kind of. Let's give him a bit of a background here to kind of work with, and let's make it like, I don't know, a bit portally shaped. Nothing too kind of Nothing too kind of, you know, I don't know, detailed, I suppose is the word I'm looking for. Just kind of, yeah, blobs. Blobs are fun. I like blobs. And let's cut in with an eraser as well to kind of get a couple of interesting swirly shapes going on in the background. So we kind of want them around the edge, you know, something like this in the background, because we don't want a full background, but we want, you know, something to give it a little bit of pop. So, and then we kind of want a gradient going on in the background. You guys get someone to take notes for you? That's so lucky. I would kill to have someone take notes for me. That'd be amazing. Alright, so what I want to do is I want to have this be multiply. And I want him to really kind of stand out from the background when we kind of look at this, and we can put some interesting effects in the back here. You know, and I think it kind of looks slightly nether portal-y, I suppose, if you really want to make a stretch to this kind of Minecraft world, because, you know, it is Minecraft. I'm not gonna, you know, you can't deny that. So if we make some purpley nether portal kind of stuff going on, I reckon that'd be pretty cool. So let's add a couple of highlights in here if we can. Woo, nether portal stuff. I think it'd be pretty cool, and add a couple of highlights here. And what we can do is we can really blend these out, going back in. So something really cool like this going on. So boop boop. Now can we do an effect blur? Sweet. Let's do a blur effect, and we'll preview it if I can get my stuff on the right screen. We kind of want to turn it up just a bit to get it all nice and blurred in the background, and then we'll go over another one again and make another layer, because I know, I mean, like, there's some cool stuff in here. And we'll make a new one and make another glow layer. And we'll make it like a lighter purple kind of going. So let's go in here, kind of like this, and we'll kind of like this, I guess. Alright, so I think we got something pretty cool looking. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? We've got a couple of stray edges here. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we go and we clean those up. So we're just going to go in with a small brush. I'm going to zoom in here, make our brush nice and small, and we're just going to clean these up so that they're not showing on the final piece. That's a glow, that's okay. Again, this is all glow, so this part up here needs a bit of a clean up here. So as you can see, this is how we go through the art process of making sure everything's kind of neat and stuff. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you. I'm hoping that it looks alright. So I'm just gonna go in here and I'm gonna clean up some of these areas in here, like so, like this. Ta-da! In here, make sure there's nothing out of the ordinary going on. There we go. And that should be alright. Alright. Boom. We've got some cool stuff going on. So, this is our finished piece, guys. Ta-da! So we've kind of finished doing Scalda's piece. So I'm actually kind of liking how it turned out. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed this. Like, you've enjoyed hanging out with me for the last hour while I've done some finishing on this work. I think for today that's about it. I've got to go and do some more IRL work and all of that stuff. I thank you guys so much for joining me for this stream. I hope you have, like, I hope you guys have enjoyed watching more art stuff. I kind of like hanging out with you and or like, you know, having company while we draw and talking and chat. You guys have been really awesome. So thank you so much for joining me. And I will catch you guys in the next stream. If you are bored and you want to chat with more people, or you've met everyone in chat and you want to hang out in Discord and chat some more, the link for the Discord is in the description box below. And so yeah, and we'll see you around there soon. Thank you guys, thank you for loving it. For now, that's all from me, and I will see you guys next week.